We are in conversation with Professor Satinder Dhiman from Woodbury University, California, USA on the 1st of January 2020 while wishing you all a very happy new year with Professor Saab.
Thank you, sir.
Who is visiting India at this point of time. And we are moving ahead in our series. We are talking about how to empower Indian education system, and our focus is more on higher education, skill development, competencies, and of course couple of other areas related to higher education. Today in this episode, Professor Sir, we would like to share with you and we would like to ask you, because teachers, trainers, educators, education system, when we talk about, there is a teaching, there is a learning. And teaching and learning, the pedagogy is going in such a way that children, those are coming out of institutions, most of them, they are not employable, they are not getting jobs. And at the same time, in a very humble way, in a very polite way, I would like to mention, the teachers or the trainers or the educators so far, they feel that if you have taken 4 periods or 6 periods, the entire thing is being done, is being wonderfully being done, education system is getting empowered. But in actual sense, we are not making progress in our entire education ecosystem. So thereby, what do you feel? Where is the difference? And particularly when we talk about research, when we talk about the research methodology, research competence, research utilization, and our educators, our teachers, our trainers and everybody, and whosoever is in the ecosystem of education should take research seriously as a very important part of education system. How do you look at and how to empower the research in India?
This is a very valid topic that you are bringing up. I have had the opportunity, privilege, honor of working with several universities in India who were trying to get accreditation from US.
What is that accreditation?
It's called ACBSP.
Could you amplify?
It is called the Association of Schools and Colleges of Business Programs.
Okay.
And that association is a international body. It's based in US. I serve as a humble consultant for that institution among other people. And what we do is we serve as mentors and team leads. We come and look at the management system.
Okay, it's Indian universities, those are
They apply to the
US.
ACBSP.
Okay.
I noticed that there is a lot of emphasis on repetition, memory, rote learning, but there's less emphasis on research on the part of the student as well as the teacher. First, there is no expectation from the teacher that they will do research. In America, for example, the university where I teach, Woodbury University, Burbank, California, we have ACBSP and another accreditation, AACBSP. We have both accreditation. One accreditation focuses on teaching, the other one focuses on research. Coming to research, there is expectation that every professor who is what is called scholarly practitioner, SP, scholarly practitioner, or scholarly academic, SA, will publish certain number of articles or books in 1 year or in 5 years. So in a 5-year period, we have to make 5 research contributions.
Oh, in 5 years, 5 research contributions.
They could be like 2 books or 2 journal articles. They could be 2 high quality conference presentations, or they could be some kind of consulting assignment. So some people, I personally prefer to write books. Some people like to focus more on journal articles and all of that. There is expectation. It is not so in India.
Okay.
I have seen in India, student will complete their master's degree and without any training or orientation, they will start teaching. So, and then later on, there is no expectation. As long as you're teaching, there's no expectation to do research. My theory is, my understanding is, a teacher who does not do research has nothing to teach new. So that person is teaching the old, yellow notes. So the notes, they do lecture method in which the information goes through the brain of the teacher to the brain of the, from the papers of the teacher to the papers notes of the student without undergoing their brain. So their brain doesn't going through their brain. So nothing happens at the cognitive level. वो सिर्फ note कर रहे हैं. They're going through motions and all that. So research is the lifeblood of education. Through research
is a lifeblood of education.
Yeah. Okay. Through research, new knowledge is created, new information comes into being, and without research, it's not there.
Okay.
So that's why it is very important that we should foster, we should encourage research. But I will also blame the system. I do not see opportunities. You know, for research you have to dedicate funds, you have to encourage people, you have to give them sabbatical leave, research leave, and that costs money. So institutions have to create a budget, like companies have R&D, research and development budget. Universities have to have set aside money where the funds will be dedicated to each person. For example, you may say that each person in the university will have 5,000 rupees per year about conference. They can go to any conference, or they can do something similar. They can go for training. They can attend some workshop to upgrade their knowledge.
Okay.
So, but if that is not done, so there is a fault on the side of the teachers, but there is also a fault on the side of the system.
Yeah.
So both have to come together. But for that to happen, research has to become priority, which I don't see in India. The reason Indian universities are not rated very high yet in the world is because we have not produced high quality peer reviewed research, which can be placed next to the people who are doing research in the international arena. So if India wants to reclaim its title in the sphere of being a Vishwaguru, world teacher, absolute must is we must up the ante on research.
Okay, it's very important, and there should be
paramount, critical.
Okay. And that research also has to be somewhere synchronized with the corporate sector, practical part, so that the students immediately when they come out of the colleges and universities and institutions, they are being taken by the corporate sector immediately without adding up more to the pool of the unemployment.
Most research, Sharma Saab, has a empirical component. Unless you are a theoretical physicist or you are a theoretical mathematician, you are just developing theoretical models. All research in, for example, social sciences, it has some sort of practical
application
component. It is called the praxis. There's a theory, there's a praxis. Both are there. But the point I'm trying to make is, through research, we create new knowledge. And when there is no new knowledge, the base, the foundation remains static. So research brings the dynamism into the education. New knowledge comes in. You see, in our Rig Veda, we have a saying, let knowledge come to us from all directions. Last time when I went to meet with my teacher who lives in Bangalore, his name is Shri Srinivasa Murthy. He's a Vedanta teacher. He's 80 years old.
Oh.
When I entered his house,
very respectable age.
Yeah, he told me, he said, Satinder, I have kept my windows and my doors open. He was not talking about the doors and windows of his house. He's talking about the mind. Meaning, even at the age of 88, he is willing to learn. So India's culture is, we say Rig Veda is the oldest book in the world. In Rig Veda it is stated, let knowledge come to us from all directions.
Wonderful.
So that's what research means. Research meaning you learn from each other. There is a saying in Gurbani, since I am from Punjab, I sometimes like to remember those beautiful words of our great saints. दुनिया ते कुछ ऐदा रहिए,
दुनिया ते कुछ ऐदा रहिए,
पहला सुनिए फिर कुछ कहिए. Meaning research is आप दूसरों से कुछ लेते हैं, आप उनको कुछ देते हैं, right? We share. Research doesn't mean taking or giving. Research meaning give and take. You learn from the scholarly community और आप उनको कुछ भी
Thank you very much, Professor. Wonderful elaboration onto the research and its importance in Indian education system. So we are thankful to you for having come over here in our studio and to be with us. Remain tuned in because we are going to have one or two more topics also with you. We want to take the maximum benefit to Indian education system with your visit to India. Thank you very much. We move on to our next episode.